I really don't even know any idea how to start that.
Whatever. Just do it. And I'll do
No,
it.
I'm trying to think.
recording?
I just cannot think of anything.
And we're live. So we were talking about...
All right, so I guess this is the first podcast of the Tale of the Tape.
Let's do it, yeah.
Right? -1, because Tyler's out there, but... All right, yeah.
This is
here
what
we
you
go.
get.
This is what, yeah, you get what you fucking
yeah.
get, dude. I don't know, man.
It's been a
But
long time.
anyway-
We swear on here. Fuck.
Goddamn right.
Goddamn right.
But we're talking about outside, who you believe should be the champions that aren't champions in the UFC. And do you got one for every division?
I could. Can I pull my phone up?
Yeah, that's
that
fine.
fine? Okay.
Can we start off at... we'll start off at men's flyweight. Do you have an argument for anyone who's not Davidson Figueiredo?
Yes.
Brandon Moreno?
Yes.
Yeah, Brandon Moreno.
Yes.
That's a fight that needs to be
Yes.
run back.
Okay,
It's
and
going to.
listen,
It's
and I'll
going
tell you this. I'd love to see that fight after Figueiredo's not in the hospital the night before.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it could go differently. But Moreno got mad respect from me
Yeah.
in that fight.
16th seed from the Ultimate Fighter. too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude, like...
Yeah, a few years later. I think
Phenomenal.
what you said really
And I'm
does play
also a
big
very
role,
big
though.
fan of the underdog. And I'm only going to give you men's because,
It's
I mean,
Valentina
Shevchenko...
Shevchenko.
Well, yeah.
dude,
the
she's
women's
champ.
divisions are on lock.
Yeah,
You know
dude,
what I mean?
like, that's just the way it is, whatever. But I'll go from lightest up, okay? So, obviously, Moreno. Then I'm going to go...
My bantamweight, Aljo.
All right.
I think that's-
How about this? How about we structure this in a different way? Because I've been wanting to ask you guys this.
Okay.
Okay.
What weight classes? We can start from men's flyweight. Which champions will start flyweight? Like I said, do you think will not be champion at the end of the year?
Ooh.
Like, do you think going through the champion there now will be the champion at the end of the year? I'm going to say for Figueiredo, I'm going to go with a resounding yes. I think with that incredible fight, like you said, like I got so much more respect for Brandon Moreno, but I just don't see him being able to finish or being able to beat somebody like
Very
Davison
stacked-
Figueiredo, who wasn't in the hospital.
Very
Then you
stacked
get out of the
division,
hospital, go
but
to the ring and fight.
Davison Figueiredo is just a dog.
Yeah.
And he's just got power. He's got power. He's got speed. He's got heart.
incredible jiu-jitsu.
He's nasty.
Yeah.
So I agree. I think he will be champ at the end of 2020.
Moving up a division, I think bantamweight is one of the most stacked divisions in the UFC. I think it's up there with lightweight and welterweight.
Agreed. So who do you think? Do you think Peter Yan keeps the title?
I think Aljo...
Aljamain Sterling?
We got to see him against Peter Young, but man, I think after what he did to fucking Corey Sandhagen
Ran
and the
through
run
him.
that he's
Ran
been
through
on,
him.
man. Especially how good did Sandhagen look against Moraes after that loss?
Yeah.
Very true. I'm going to go with my boy Cody Garbrandt because you got to stick with Ohio, but also I could also see
But
Aljamain Sterling.
I don't see him getting a title shot this year.
Maybe. Dude,
One
come on.
or
He was
two
about to fight
fights.
Davison Figueiredo.
Yeah, do you think he stands a better shot at bantamweight or flyweight?
Flyweight.
I don't
for
know.
sure.
We haven't seen him at flyweight.
Also, you got to think
Rumor
TJ
is he doesn't
Dillashaw's
cut.
coming back.
Yeah. Rumor is he doesn't cut much. So who
Who?
knows?
Garbrandt?
Yeah. So
Okay.
so he might be great at 125, but like that's just a rumor. We haven't seen him.
He could
might
make it.
look.
He could make it.
Yeah, that's what everyone keeps
But
saying. But he could look horrible.
TJ Dillashaw's coming back, and like that's been bad. But TJ was like juiced to the fucking gills. He was Belfort or TRT Belfort. Like he was just like
EPO, son.
yeah, dude. He was like Alistair Overeem juiced to the fucking gills, but at that weight, like he was
So-
Sean Shirk back in the fucking day.
The
like,
muscle
The
shark.
muscle shark. You see pictures of him where he's just like fucking veins on top of muscles that shouldn't be on muscles. Like
Built like Gleison Tebow before Gleison
yeah,
Tebow,
like. Dude,
So all right.
so how does that transpire with him? Like, is he still going to cheat but just be smarter about it? Or, like, how does that work? It's very open in that aspect. So, like, Cody Garbrandt could very well get his title again, right? And who knows?
all right,
because
so-
he had him hurt. He had TJ Dillashaw hurt.
That's a 2-0.
And that was before he trained with Mark Henry.
So all right. So both you guys are saying that you think that
bantamweight's
Yan-
up in the air.
Yeah. That he. All right. Because
And I
honestly,
also think Cody Garbrandt, I think he's improved a lot. Granted, we only saw one fight where he's improved, but
But he
like,
showed
training
patience.
with
Yeah.
Mark Henry, like if he keeps doing that, he's on the right path, right? And also like Davison Figueiredo kind of is like that John Jones, like he
Do
he
we
knocked
know?
out
He's-
Benavidez twice pretty much. Well, knocked him out, then choked him out. Like,
yeah, dude, he's the most
and the
ferocious
second fight
champion.
was a little more aggressive than the first.
Yeah, he's the most ferocious champion in the UFC.
Was that you that compared him to like 125-pound Vanderlei?
That's what I was saying. Yeah, I think he reminds me of Vanderlei, just so
a dog.
Do you see him maybe going up to 35?
I do see him going
I would
up,
like to see
and
that.
I would love to see him against Petr Yan, but since I haven't given my pick, I think Petr Yan ends the year still champion.
Really?
He's got no easy task
His
in front
boxing,
of him.
because the only guy I think that's going to be his biggest like, all right, so Sandhagen matches up well because of just his size and his length.
His distance management's very good.
Yeah, and I think it might be a little hard, and I think that's the same problems that he'll have against Sterling. But
can I read
Sterling
off your top 5 for that bantamweight class though?
Yeah, let me see this.
Okay, Rob Font.
Rob Font's in the top 5 now.
Coming out of nowhere.
This is 5 to champ. Okay, so Rob Font, Frankie Edgar, which he's older, but like Frankie Edgar's,
he's fighting Corey Sandhagen.
Getting slept.
Maybe.
Calling it.
Don't sleep on Frankie Edgar. Don't sleep on him.
Yeah.
Okay.
He'll be
Cody Garbrandt's 3rd.
Okay.
Okay. Corey Sandhagen's 2. Aljamain Sterling's 1. Petr Yan's champ. That top 5 is intense.
Yeah.
Like, those guys could any one of them
could
could be
make
world
so many
champion
fucking
any day of the
fights.
week.
Yeah,
But you
dude,
got to remember,
every
we're
fight,
saying one calendar year. He fights once, maybe twice this year.
Petr Yan?
Yeah.
Once, maybe twice.
Maybe. Okay.
So
who does he
best,
fight next?
Only
Aljamain?
It's scheduled.
he fights Aljamain Sterling. If
So
he wins
where do
that
you see
fight,
that going?
that might be the only fight he has to win this year to end the champion.
Okay. But so I guess our
I
question
think
is,
Sterling has a hard time getting the fight to the ground, and I think Petr Yan's power is just so drastic.
so who do you think the second fight would be then? Sandhagen?
If Sandhagen defeats Edgar, like I think he will.
What if Aldo
probably
gets another big win? He's not too far out of the top 5.
I don't.
Dude,
I think it'll be
Aldo's-
hard to sell that again.
Almost 6, and he just kind of won.
It wasn't a
slightly
convincing
off of
win.
off at Cheeto Vera. He held him down. Cheeto looked good in the second round with the striking.
Yeah.
And then I was very disappointed because
clinch
obviously
game,
I love Cheeto Vera. That's my boy. I'm hoping the best for him. And I hated it. But give credit where credit's due. His veteran came out and Aldo did what he had to do to get the W.
Well, let's move on to featherweight now.
Okay.
Because I'm going to go out, and this is going to be the first one I'm going to say. I don't think Volkanovski remains
either.
champ.
So his next defense is scheduled against Ortega. How do you see that go?
Ortega fought the best fight he ever fought against the Korean Zombie.
Korean Zombie
at his own game.
He stuck to a game plan phenomenally, and if Brian Ortega could keep doing that with his jiu-jitsu, if he could get the game to the ground against Volkanovski, game the fuck over.
Yeah, he's got the jiu-jitsu to beat anybody in the division. And if you would have told me going into that Korean Zombie fight that he was going to outstrike him, if you said this fight stays on
dumbass,
you said this fight stays on the feet the entire time,
I'll tell you,
I'm going to be like, well,
when
Korean
his
Zombie
coach was
by
like, you could
knockout.
outstrike him. I was like, your coach is dumb. Don't listen to him. In this fight, I would have said the same thing, and then he outstruck him, and I would have looked like the fucking idiot. Like,
Yeah.
Ortega looked fucking great, and maybe Ortega had Korean Zombie had an off day. Maybe Korean Zombie's no one to sleep on.
Doesn't tend to have many off days.
Right, but still,
he's very hittable. Even for a guy who fought in glory, he's always been hittable. Hence the Zombie moniker.
Conor McGregor's hittable too.
Yeah, not like Korean Zombie.
No,
though.
he is. Nate Diaz proved that.
Yeah, but there's not been a lot of fighters that have been able to consistently hit him the way people have been able to hit Korean Zombie. I think with Korean Zombie is, even though he's very hittable, like,
I'm not saying
you got to be George Roop to fucking knock him out. You know what I mean?
I'm not going to say
or Yair with a fucking elbow at the last
out
second.
of nowhere. You know, those are still fights.
That's one of those, like, you're just in the fight. But I'm not saying Korean Zombie's going to be the champ, okay? I'm just saying, let's say he had an off day and Ortega outclassed him, which he did. Ortega outclassed him every fucking round, okay? But let me give you your top 5 of this weight class. So you got Korean Zombie, 4, Yair Rodriguez.
Yeah.
3,
Zabit.
Yeah. Whatever the fuck is that?
Sharapov.
Yeah, Sharapov. Yeah, that fucking dude, right? Which also, I feel, has not been tested in the later rounds. And when he fought
Cater 5 rounds, Cater wins.
Cater wins, dude. Cater was dominating. Chris, don't
no, because
then a drum line, bitch.
I agree with that, but you got to keep in mind, if he was scheduled for a 5-round fight, does he fight the same type of fight? Because he does a lot of crazy shit.
He really fought a lot against having a 5-round fight.
Well, all right. So why would he want to fight a 5-round fight when he's scheduled for 3? Like, that's just a no-brainer there. Like,
hypothetically, right? What happened? Okay, and I'm not taking anything from him. Habib is a fucking animal.
Zabit?
Habib. Okay, but in the later rounds, you see him slow down. His wrestling's not as prominent. He doesn't hold people down as much as he did. We saw that with Al Iaquinta.
I think that's the only fight you can reference to that, and I think that's because at that point, Iaquinta became so defensive on the takedowns that it just allowed him to outstrike the striker the whole time.
Yeah, but
Do a podcast.
okay. So anyway, my point is like, so but there's your weakness, right? Okay, so like they go so hard. So let's hypothetically say that the wrestling just doesn't stick, right? And they get worse. It's like Conor, you know what I mean? Like he's deadly in the first
I think we're
3
getting
rounds.
really off topic though.
We're not.
Because we're talking about the lightweights now. And
Right, but it's Madagashir, whatever the fuck.
Magomed Sharipov.
Yeah, okay. So like he trains with Habib, right? Like they're all out of that same fucking
No, he's
group.
out of the Mark Henry gym. He trains with
Zabit?
Zabit trains with Mark Henry out of New Jersey.
Do you think? All right, Tyler, since you're here,
What?
Do you think
He trains with Edson Barbosa's not there anymore, but he trained with Frankie Edgar was his main training partner. Him and Marlon Moraes.
Do you think Volkanovski ends the year still champion, or do you think someone takes him out before them?
Depends on. Well, I mean, that's hard to say.
Yeah,
He's
well,
fighting
he's got Ortega
It
next, and
depends.
then
He's gonna beat
Yeah.
Ortega, I think.
you think?
Yeah, but
I think
it
a
depends on.
decision.
I mean,
maybe.
Okay,
depends,
okay. So he's
does he
fighting
get
out
injured
of
and not fight till the end of the
Russia,
year?
Brick Township. Yeah,
True,
okay.
yeah.
So he trains with Mark Henry, right?
Yeah.
But he's from Dagestan. So like that's
He
where
also came up with more of a.
He
Is
was-
it wushu? Is that what it was?
he's brought
It was
up
more of a
in that
striking
Habib
thing.
shit.
He's got great grappling, but he has a weird
Zabit's the best fighter in that.
They
division.
call him the Shaolin
You're
of
crazy.
Dagestan.
Bold
Yeah.
statement, sir.
I listen.
Very bold.
Give
statement.
if you all right. Let's be fair. If you signed, I get it. I know you guys are going to say, but if he signed up for a 2-round fight against anybody in that division, he beats him.
Max Holloway.
He beats Max Holloway too.
Who?
Zabit.
Bold strategy.
Zabit takes him down. Probably by some crazy ninja throw.
Okay, but that converts back to what I was saying. You said 2 rounds.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm saying
Give
over
him 5
2
rounds with Holloway.
The thing with him is his gas tank, and it's because he does so much. Better cardio management, better output, like less output, maybe not shooting as many takedowns, maybe not throwing the crazy shit he throws on the feet.
I think you realized in the Cater fight that the flashy things he throws don't always work against the high elite level competition.
Well,
in that
that brings-
division.
All right, okay.
By that logic, though, it doesn't even have to be a 2-round fight. If he fights anybody, he would get done in 2 rounds. Then
I mean,
Good point.
No, he can't finish everybody in 2 rounds because we've seen that.
But you're saying he'll outpoint everyone in 2 rounds.
yes, he
I see.
beats everybody in 2 rounds.
Okay, so
no
here's-
one's beat him in the first or second round.
Can I give you your top 5?
Yeah.
Cater, Zombie. Oh no, Cater 6. My bad. Zombie, Yair, Zabit, Ortega, Holloway, Volkanovski.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, Zabit's been climbing through the ranks and shit, but also with Cater.
Dark horse.
If
Yeah,
if Cater,
if that was a 5-round fight, Cater was gonna win.
I think
if
Cater right
Infant
now
Butts
has a
for
better.
coconuts.
I think Cater right now has a better argument for a title shot, even though he's got to get through Max, than
Yeah,
either
Wolfie.
Zabit or Yair do. I think he's a more dominant threat in that division than either of those guys, and they're ranked ahead of him.
I think if he beats Holloway, there's no chance that he
He's
doesn't get a title
undeniable.
shot.
No.
And I think he beats Volkanovski.
So
Nothing against
okay, let me ask
Volkanovski,
you this:
but
do you think Zabit faces the loser of Cater Holloway or the winner?
Ooh.
I think if it was going to be either or, it's winner.
Okay.
I don't see you giving Zabit anybody below him at this point.
well, his
Zabit is right
last fight was Cater, wasn't it?
What? No,
Zabit?
was it?
I'm pretty sure.
Would you look
That
that
was
up?
within his
It
last
might be.
couple.
It might be.
No,
It might
because
be.
that was years ago now. That
No,
was like
it
2
wasn't.
years ago. now.
Cater versus
Well, they've been trying
Zabit?
to.
It's
no,
been-
dude,
it's been
that
a
was like a
minute.
year ago.
They've been
I'll
trying
look
to
it
do Yair and
2019.
Zabit forever. It's scheduled like 3 times.
That's
like,
the thing.
the Tony and
COVID,
Habib
Chris,
of
you gotta
that
That's the
think
fight
COVID.
they want.
Postponed a bunch of shit. I think Tyler might be right. I think Cater was Zabit's
click
last
on it.
fight.
Because right before
Okay,
that, he
it's
fought
just the
he
ranking.
fought Jeremy Stevens before Cater, I think, and beat him.
He did. Yes.
Yeah, that was his last fight. Was
Yeah.
Cater.
Wow.
And when was that?
November 9th, 2019.
What was the
That's
fight
what I said,
before that?
2019, yeah.
Yeah. So
that?
almost.
What fight did he have before
It
that?
was a year and a
That
half
was
ago.
Jeremy Stevens.
Yeah.
It
So
will
no,
be.
I think I think at this point, Zabit is so close to a title shot that you only give him somebody.
I'm just
going to
say this. I'm just going to say this because I think this weight class is also stacked. But let me give you the top 10. You got Sadiq Youssef. That's 10.
Yes.
And I've been watching him since he's been on the Contender Series. Sadiq Youssef, I think, will be making a run for the title.
I think it's a big
firmly
year for him.
believe
I think it's a breakout year.
Tough
for him.
dude.
Stand up Nigeria.
Arnold Allen, Jeremy Stevens, which you got
downcline. Yeah.
Okay, but you can't hit on him.
He is the gatekeeper of that division.
Josh Emmett,
Yeah.
Calvin Cater, right? And then we already said the top 5. But
Josh Emmett fights once a year though because he's injured all the time.
Yeah.
Josh Emmett can make.
And he's a dog when he does though. Because who did he just fight? Shane Burgos.
Okay. Also, though,
That was a good
okay,
point. Knock him out.
Okay, I'm gonna break it down for the top 15 just to show you how versatile. In the next 2 years, next 3 years, this weight class is gonna change. 15 is Edson Barbosa, which is he's still a lethal fucking dude.
Dan Ige is in there.
14,
Yeah, Danny Egan's in
Bryce Mitchell, Thug Nasty.
I don't think he's in the top 15.
I will see
He's
making
going.
a run, dude. He is too fucking good. Okay,
Yep.
Ryan Hall.
I don't think
Ryan Hall and Dan
top
Ige
guys.
got scheduled today.
What?
I don't think
Okay,
Bryce
so
Mitchell can hang with the top like 5.
We'll see.
Bryce Mitchell's jiu-jitsu.
The only guy that he doesn't want to see is Ryan Hall.
Yeah, like
That's the only guy he don't
If
wanna
you get
see.
against a significant striker, it's probably bad if they could keep the distance and like shed the tape.
Yeah, just
Ryan
like
Hall,
anyone in
maybe
top
the
5
most
would be able to
avoided
stop
man
his
in
career.
featherweight history.
Ryan
Nobody
Hall,
wants to fight him.
Ryan Hall's 13. Shane Burgos, Danny Gay,
Oh, he's in the top 15.
Sadiq Youssef is 10. Okay, so like that's the run, right? So like
And even your top
But
25 is stacked.
yeah, but your top 15 are straight killers
You got
through and
Nina
through.
Keem right out there.
It's all about matchups and how that works out. But like, dude, come on.
All right, so let's
Now
skip,
we're gonna come.
let's skip lightweight. Because
Lightweight
there's no
is in
champ
limbo.
there.
Now,
Yeah.
no, okay. First of all, no, we can't skip lightweight
Sorry.
because that's my favorite fucking division.
How are we going to say is the champ going to retain when we don't even know if there is a champ right now?
Because he's not, dude. Okay, let's hypothetically say, for the sake of this, that
Habib stays champ.
no, that he voids his title and gives it. Okay,
Okay.
so the title's null and void. Habib is not champ, right? But this weight class is just too fucking stacked for us to just skip over. We can't do that.
Okay.
And let me give
But
it to
how
you,
are we going to be able to say if we
Let-
think the champ stays champ if there is no champ?
because we don't have to. Do
Who
that.
do we think will be the champ at the end of the year?
That's a good point. Okay,
That's fair.
so let me read down the top 15 and then we'll go from there. Cool.
Okay.
Okay. So
Did they take Pettis out of the rankings yet?
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
So Drew Dober,
Trash.
Gegor Gillespie.
Maybe hit a ceiling.
I think I got a mustache here.
I think he's just a little old.
Islam,
Makachev.
yes. Benil Darush,
Benyel Dariush.
Kevin Lee, Ali Quina, who's number 10, just to give you a reference.
Carlos Diego Fajeda next.
No. Diego Ferreira.
Yeah, Carlos Diego Fajeda.
Oh, you said Carlos, not Diego. Anyway, Paul Felder, Rafael Dos Anjos, Dan Hooker, Tony Ferguson, Conor McGregor, Charles Oliveira, coming in at number fucking 3, Dustin Poirier, Justin Gaethje. That's your number 1.
And
right?
you got to kind of throw Michael Chandler in that mix, even though he's not
Yeah.
ranked.
Listen, I'm going to be
we'll
honest.
see how the fight goes.
I'm going to be honest. I think Oliveira right now beats anybody in that division.
So
I
I'll
think
say
there's
this.
some tough fights for him, but I think he could beat anybody in that division.
I'm going to go on my bias opt and say Dustin Poirier is going to be champ.
Big
But
say that.
I will say this. If he loses to Conor McGregor, I don't see Conor McGregor beating Charles Oliveira.
No.
He does not want that problem.
How
No.
good does Oliveira's striking look now?
That's what I'm saying. Oliveira's striking, Oliveira's jiu-jitsu, what he did to Tony
chin,
Ferguson.
his chin.
Charles Oliveira is a force to be reckoned with.
He's
I feel
filled
like
out.
he's kind of coming into his own.
Do you know the first...
And I'm saying Dustin Poirier because that's my boy, but Charles Oliveira is nasty, dude.
Best jiu-jitsu
Nasty.
in the division.
Yes.
a guy who was brought up, like, that's one of those things, like, when guys start off in the UFC, sometimes they get thrown into the fire too soon and you don't know how good they are. You know what the first card he fought on was? Was John Jones versus Vladimir Matyushenko in
Years ago.
2011.
Yeah, and he fought Darren Elkins. Finished him the first round with
Wow,
that
how long has
triangle.
Darren Elkins been around, too?
Since that was both their debuts in that fight.
Also, Oliveira, a guy who was flip-flop between two divisions. With
because he had a hard time making weight at 145. And at lightweight, you've noticed he's filled out a lot. His body has grown. He was like 20 when he
he
came
looked
into the
bigger
UFC.
than Ferg.
Yeah, when he came into the UFC, he was like 20. So like, he's like physically and mentally matured. His body is like peaked for this now. You know what I mean? Like, when you're still a kid, you're still developing. That muscle mass wasn't there. He was just physically weaker. His chin wasn't there. Like, you seen him in his last fight against Tony Ferguson. He took a couple bombs, you know? He took him against Kevin Lee's. Like,
that's another guy.
Kevin Lee comes off a knockout. Best knockout he's ever had against Gregor Gillespie.
Who was undefeated at the time.
Yeah, and then he just got absolutely manhandled. Like,
so do you think a similar thing, maybe not saying he has the ceiling of Charles Oliveira, but do you think Kevin Lee, maybe a guy who got pushed too soon, maybe in 2 or 3 years could be a more formidable force in the division?
I think he's his own worst nightmare. I think he's his biggest enemy to himself.
Do you think he should stick with TriStar?
No. I think whatever the hell he's doing, he needs a change.
I think he should go to AKA.
I think he's got all the...
Kevin
Lee. I think Kevin Lee has all the potential in the world. Physically, he has all the talent. I just think that there's a mental block. You see him make some stupid decisions.
It's very Chael Sonnen-esque.
Yeah, where he just makes a dumb decision.
I'll say this. The fact that he got a tattoo on his head and said, "How can I give up when I got a helmet on my head?" just makes me not respect him at all.
I don't know about that. It just speaks
a tattoo will never make me tougher.
Also a bad tattoo.
Yeah,
I liked it.
It's gayer than
he looks like a roly-poly bug.
Yeah, like if I wanted to be tougher, I would challenge myself more. It's just like when I was wrestling as a kid. Like, my dad would always be like, "Wrestle the bigger kids; they're more of a challenge. You wrestle these lighter kids who are younger and smaller than you, you're gonna beat them, right? You outstrength them." So, like, if he wants to be good, he needs to challenge himself, right? He gives up like Donald Cerrone.
Yeah.
You know?
He makes poor decisions. He kind of breaks. And I think, like, the dressing all flashy, the literally quoting Conor McGregor, but, like, trying to make it like it's his own. Right. He's trying to be a personality. I think he's too worried about the flash. If you look back when he first came into the UFC before all of this personality,
it's like Deontay
he was
Wilder.
amazing. Yeah, he was amazing. And now you're starting to see a regression because I think he's focused on a lot of other things other than fighting.
Yes. Yeah. And he could be great.
Absolutely.
You see it in his fights. Like, obviously,
he has glimpses of greatness.
Exactly.
From mounting Tony Ferguson.
Exactly.
You know, like,
but things get in the way of him being that, and that's what he has to overcome. It's almost like Tony Ferguson. Like, the one guy said, I can't. I'm not gonna throw a name out because I don't want to just vomit out bullshit, but. The guy said, he was like, Tony Ferguson was so good, he was crazy caught up with him, but, like, he was so good, he didn't need coaches, he didn't need that. He's like, now he needs, like, structure. He needs a path, you know? He needs someone to show him, this is what you got to do, because, like, this shit's catching up with you. Like, you could only... Toughness and shit can only get you so fucking far, right? And, like, take that from me, because, obviously, like, dude, out of everyone in this house right now, I've trained the least probably, but I've been in the most bar fights, and, like, toughness will only get you so fucking far.
Yeah,
I think
you can have heart, you could have toughness, but you need a game plan, you need strategy, you need strength, you need a lot of stuff to be great.
And talk about that 12-fight run that he went on when he went undefeated for 7 years.
Mm-hmm.
He absorbed a metric ton of damage in that time frame. Like,
at some point,
he lost that boogeyman mystique too.
Yeah, you got to absorb less and output more, right? So, like, you don't want to take the damage, you want to give the damage. You can't be like Chuck Liddell and just take one to give one. It's like Justin Gaethje. Like, it's phenomenal. I love watching it. But it's the longevity of your game is not great.
Like, how many guys did he fight on that run that they had him hurt at points? Anthony Pettis, Donald Cerrone took him down.
Lando Venata.
Lando Venata on his UFC debut, mind you.
Nearly knocked him out 3 times.
Let me put it this way. Some of my favorite fucking fighters fight like that. Justin Gaethje, Dustin Poirier. These guys are bangers, right? Like, they're throwing hands because they think they're tougher. And they damn well might be. But... do you think Justin Gaethje is going to be relevant in 10 years, 15 years?
For sure. I think Gaethje's...
Really?
I think he's already starting to approach, like, legend status. Where, like, Chuck Liddell, we talk about years after his retirement. We just had a nice conversation
I'll say this. Justin Gaethje is at that Dustin Poirier level in half the time, right? Like, Justin Gaethje... I always say Dustin Poirier is the people's champ. You know what I mean? Like, he's the champ everybody fucking wants. He's humble. He's got the fucking...
The charity. Fight for the
yeah, like, he's humble, and he brawls. There's nothing... If Dustin Poirier's fighting, you're going to watch it. Because it's going to be intense. It's going to be intriguing. And it's going to be good. Win, lose, or draw, Dustin Poirier's throwing hands. It's like Dan Hooker. It's Justin Gaethje. Even Khabib. Like, Khabib choked him out, but, like, Dustin Poirier was in that fucking fight till the end of it. So, I say Dustin Poirier is the people's champ, but, like, Justin Gaethje literally throws his own health out the fucking window and just... Dude, he'll Bambi walk to knock you the fuck out. Like, Justin Gaethje's a dog of dogs. He grew up in the fucking alleys of fucking Manhattan in the early fucking 1900s. Like, he's just fighting for blood. Like,
Gangs of New York, Bowery Boys.
Exactly. Like, Justin Gaethje...
He is the Genghis Khan of that division.
You wanna,
it is scorched earth.
Listen, if you want to put a toughness on someone, Justin Gaethje is the toughest fighter in the fucking
That
UFC.
guy believes that going unconscious is a decision.
Yeah,
exactly.
He says it's a choice to go. Which is
listen,
bananas.
I just said
that man for CTE right now.
I just said Justin Gaethje is the toughest man in the UFC. Think about who he's going up against. Like, Justin Gaethje, he's going up against Tony Ferguson, who's mentally insane, in my opinion, right?
And
like,
cracked him hard. At the end of the first or second?
And in the second hit with that uppercut.
How good did he look in that fight, dude? Like, I wanted Justin Gaethje to win that fight. I never expected that fight to go that
like
fucking
that.
No.
Never in a million years, dude.
And
I wish I'd have put money on it. But my point is Justin Gaethje, you could never fucking count him out.
Yeah, and to your point, I think that was the fight where he kind of lost that boogeyman mystique.
Yeah, because...
But let's move on out of this
just agreed.
Train wreck of a division and get into the...
But this is why I want to dive into, because it's so deep. We could literally do a whole thing on this.
I thought we would finish...
We'll do the next podcast.
I thought we would finish this conversation in 5 minutes in the hallway over there.
Dude, this whole podcast could be in the lightweight division, but
we'll do the next one.
We'll go to the next one, okay? So we're going to go to welterweight,
Usman.
which I think is the second heaviest weight class in this.
I think it goes lightweight, welterweight, bantamweight.
I think it goes lightweight, middleweight.
No, I'm with him.
Really?
I think it goes lightweight, middleweight, featherweight.
Listen, I told him, I was like, middleweight though, that's intriguing.
Yeah.
But I do agree with him that it goes lightweight, welterweight, bantamweight, because bantamweight's just
featherweight will be in a couple years. Like, it's developing talent.
Dude, it's so big right now.
People who don't appreciate the bantamweight should just get the fuck out. And I'm going to say that on record. If you don't appreciate the bantamweight, get the fuck out.
All right, well, welterweight. Kamaru Usman, is he going to stay champ? Or is he losing it? I think...
Well, who beats him?
Gilbert Burns.
Burns.
That's the test.
Gilbert Burns, listen, I wish we would have saw this before COVID happened. If Gilbert Burns didn't get COVID, he'd already be the fucking champ, and we wouldn't be having this conversation. But I will say this. I'm going to give you the top 15, right? Conor McGregor. Irrelevant. Whatever.
Yeah,
I think 155, like
yeah.
Luke Thomas said, 155 McGregor is the most dangerous McGregor.
He's a celebrity fighter at 70.
Speed, I think his power and his speed are most dangerous at 155. Dustin Poirier, win that shit. Whatever. Okay. So, Chimaev is 14. Who also, if he plays his cards right, if he fucking fights as consistent as he did in 2020, dude, who knows?
Well,
right?
they're rescheduling the Leon Edwards fight. He was currently sitting at number 3.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. And he's going to smoke Leon Edwards. Let's
think?
not,
I don't know, man, dude.
Leon Edwards is hard to look good against.
You guys want to bet on it?
I want Chimaev to win, but that's not...
I'll bet 10 to your guys' 5.
Okay.
I'll take that.
I would have
take that all day.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would have bet 10, but all right.
Let's shake on it.
But yeah, no,
Wait, 10 me, 10 you, 10 you?
Okay, it's on a podcast now. We're gonna
Wait, so was it a 3-way?
So I win 20, and then you win 10, you win 10.
Is that how you want to do it?
Okay, we can do that.
Okay,
right, yeah.
Chimaev wins, you got Edwards, you got Edwards?
I got Edwards,
okay.
yeah.
I think
definitely.
Edwards, but I want Chimaev to win.
All right, listen, when was the last time you seen Leon Edwards on his back?
When he fought Kamaru Usman?
Who cares? Dude?
Exactly.
How many fucking
You know what
strikes,
I mean? Like,
how many strikes has Chimaev fucking taken in 2020?
Listen, but... All right,
13? No, maybe?
Literally 2, and they weren't significant strikes.
Exactly.
So technically, he hadn't absorbed one significant strike.
And then what did Masvidal do to him behind stage? Granted, I know what you're going to say, but... Chimaev's a fucking animal. Fuck you guys. You're going to pay me.
No. Chimaev is the biggest question mark in the division because nobody knows how good he is, could be, or where he's even at currently.
Okay, listen. The fact that we're having this conversation at the 14th number is crazy.
Yeah.
This is how wild this weight class is. Okay, so 13, my boy.
Santiago Ponzinibbio?
My favorite fucking fighter.
Is that who's 13?
Robbie Lawler.
Do you think that's... Thank you, Chris. Zach, you're not even my fucking friend anymore, and I got questions. We'll have this discussion off air. But, yeah, 13, Robbie Lawler. Fuck you, Zach.
I said that before you said it was your favorite fighter.
Ponzinibbio.
Yeah, you said... Yeah, and then I was like, my favorite fighter. And you're like, oh, Ponzinibbio.
Bro, Ponzinibbio comes back at the same strength that he was when he left. Oh, my
What was his last fight when he knocked out
Neil Magny? Yeah.
Okay, it doesn't matter. Whatever. 13's Robbie Lawler. I still got love. Whatever, dude.
Neil Magny's top 2.
AKA another CTE guy I worry about in the future, a brawler. Which I want to put on air. He missed the best name ever. Robbie the Brawler Lawler.
All right, well, can we get to number 12?
I'm just saying, dude, come on.
On a side note, is he the last guy still fighting out of the Militich system?
Maybe. Probably. But I just want that to be on air, and I hope that one day he hears this. Robbie Lawler, I love you. You missed out on a chance. Whatever.
A lot of kisses
anyway,
on the phone.
Kiss me through the phone. Kiss me through the
We'll
phone.
never know number 12.
Anyway, okay. Bilal
Muhammad, yeah.
I know, I fucked
Very,
that up on purpose just so you guys could correct
good
me.
fighter, not fan friendly.
Jeff Neal.
Jeff Hands of Steel Neal.
Listen,
Good
him
fighter.
and Wonder Boy, fantastic fight.
I enjoyed
that was
that.
a fantastic fight.
What a way to end the year.
The respect between
Yeah.
those two, admirable, right? Okay.
Fucking Wonder Boy.
10,
Man.
Vincente Luque.
Boy, if you don't keep
Listen,
an eye on
hey,
him.
Also,
if you don't
I
keep
want
an
to
eye
listen.
on him-
I want to put this on air. Mike Perry beat Vincente Luque in Brazil. Fuck you if you disagree. Your mom's a hoe.
Hey, well,
okay.
that'd be his greatest accomplishment.
Number
Almost
9,
beating the guy.
Neil Magny.
Neil Magny's a fucking boss.
Number 8, the person I hope that wins Wednesday, Michael Chiesa.
The Maverick.
Really?
Yes.
I think
Number
that's a bad
7,
matchup for him.
another
That's a bad
phenomenal
matchup for him.
jiu-jitsu guy,
Damian Maya.
Damian fucking Maya.
Potentially on his way out, though.
out.
Oh,
On his way
potentially.
out.
But
On his way
also,
out.
we had that argument about best jiu-jitsu in the fucking game. You said Charles Oliveira. I said
do.
Damian Maya. You disregarded me. Fuck you. You're
I
a
didn't
chump.
know. I don't disregard you. I think on paper he has some of the best, but in the UFC, it's basically been backpack of doom.
Give a
I ain't-
jiu-jitsu
I ain't
match.
gonna what?
Give a jiu-jitsu match. Who
Oh,
you got?
if it's a jiu-jitsu match,
Yeah.
Oliveira. I like Oliveira.
First of
in
all,
that.
fuck you, Chris. Number 6, Tyron Woodley. He's on his way out. He's
Yeah.
a turd. He's had bad fights for the last 3
Yeah.
years. Fuck Tyron Woodley. I'll admit to that. He's a chump, dude. Fuck him, dude. I'll fist
Damn.
fight him. I
What
don't
the
give
hell,
a
dude? What
fuck.
kind of
dude.
anger
He's
is
a
that?
piece of shit. I hate him.
Wow.
Okay, well, I'm not going to say that I think that he was a good champion while it lasted.
Yeah, I thought he
but,
was a very good champ.
I think his mom's a hoe, and I'll say
Damn,
that online.
what the fuck? All right. I wanna
Stephen
hear
Thompson.
He is
Dude.
what a resilient guy. Like, the fights I think he should
I think
lose.
he won the first fight, and I think his walkout song is the best. His walkout song is comparable to
To Korean
fucking
Zombies.
Touchy Feely. Like, that's the best nickname you could get in it, right? If, like, the damage is the worst, Touchy Feely's the best.
Dude, the
Wonder
Leech?
Boy
You think the
from
damage
Tenacious
worse than
D is the
Leech?
best walkout song for your nickname being
He's
Wonder
the
Boy.
only man above 35 I'm okay with calling Wonder Boy.
Come on, Wonder
Exactly.
Boy. First off,
Wonder Boy!
maybe the best, like most technical fighter in the division, and
Look at that
on top of
kickboxing
that,
record.
yeah, on top of that,
What was
the
he, 0
dude-
50?
57-0 or some shit?
Yes.
Here's the secret.
Yeah, I said O and whatever. Yeah,
I'm gonna
you're
give you
right.
guys.
Yeah, I was giving him not any credit at all.
I'm gonna give you guys the secret behind why he's so good. Right?
because
It's because he's so damn nice that nobody wants to hit him.
This is true.
I
Dude,
don't think
in that
anybody,
Neil
like-
fight, in that Jeff Neal fight, dude, I was like,
He's apologizing.
dude, and then
he's
it
apologizing.
made him be like, my bad. Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Like imagine
dude,
getting
if
kicked
I
in
was
your-
fighting,
imagine
if
getting
I
kicked
was
in your dick
if I
and
was
you
in a bar
apologize.
fight with Wonder Boy, and he was like, my bad, I didn't mean to do that, I'd be like, can I buy you a drink?
Stop! I gotta fight
Can I
you.
buy you a drink? Ooh-wee. Anyway. Okay, so now, Stephen Thompson is the 5 seed.
Did
okay?
he move in ranking after the Jeff Neal fight?
To number 5, I'm assuming, but I don't see ups
I think he
and
was
downs.
top 5 anyway.
Anyway, Jorge Masvidal is number 4. Leon Edwards number 3, which is crazy to me because Leon Edwards hasn't fought in a while. But
COVID kind of fucked him.
True,
Yeah.
but dude, Leon Edwards, Jorge Masvidal's fought since, and Leon Edwards hasn't.
It had a good showing on short notice.
It's whatever,
against
dude.
Usman.
I think Jorge Masvidal beat up Leon Edwards backstage, and he should be ahead of him.
Buffalo
That's my
Street.
opinion. I'm biased. Call me biased Jake. Hi, I'm biased Jake Dogoda. You could follow me on _Jacob
All right,
at
stop it.
Instagram. Anyway, Gilbert Burns is number 2, who I think will be the champ.
How
I
crazy
agree.
is that the two
I
of the
agree.
guys in the top 5 are former lightweights?
Yes. And yeah, definitely. But I think Gilbert Burns could beat Covington. I think he could beat Usman. I think he could beat Edwards.
I think he beats everybody.
Who's Covington?
Masvidal might put up a fight, but I still kind of give it to.
I think Edwards
Burns.
is a bad matchup for Burns, to be honest.
I think Masvidal's a worse matchup.
For Burns?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, I could say that because great takedown defense, powerful strike.
Great in the
Another
scramble.
guy
Great in the scramble.
Kind of
Yeah.
like Oliveira. How good did his striking look in his last couple fights?
Fan-fucking-tastic. Fantastic. And
He's
it's
fast.
crazy to think how
He's
long
rough
he's
with
been in. That's why he was one of my up-and-comers, because like he's been in so long, but now he's kind of getting the recognition he deserves. I love Charles Oliveira, dude.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, so that's that, right? So we could all agree. I think Burns is going to be champ. Who do you think?
Burns. I got
Who do you
Burns.
think?
Usman's hard to
Man,
beat, man.
if Burns can't pull it off, I don't see anyone beating Usman.
Yeah.
Okay, but yeah,
Usman's fucking tough, man.
I'll say this.
Usman also looked kind of good. He's been working with who's homeboy out of Denver with
Okay, listen.
Trevor Whitman.
If Usman didn't have the wrestling, I don't think he'd have beat Masvidal. And I think Gilbert has the striking and the wrestling, both to keep Usman at bay, but outstrike him. And I don't know.
How good
Maybe
is-
you feel the same way, Chris?
I just think that on the feet, I think he's faster.
Faster.
I think he has enough power
and
to
a hard
phase.
enough hitter. Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is he completely neutralizes the wrestling because there's not a single person at lightweight or at welterweight that wanted to take Gilbert Burns down.
And I'll say
Anytime
this,
they did, they suffered.
thank you, because
So-
you put it
yeah.
better than I could have.
Yeah. So I
do
think
you
that
think he has a better guard game or better when he has a top game?
dude, you're getting armbarred no matter where you're at. You know
Okay.
what I mean? Like
Yeah,
he's hitting you.
I'm gonna say top game, but don't sleep on Gilbert Burns on his back. Like,
Yeah.
Granted, we've only seen him on top because he's so dominant.
Yeah.
And
He's
I
never
think-
been in a position where he's compromised.
Well,
Like,
he's hit, I
But,
believe, twice
dude,
in the UFC.
but
He's hit
Gilbert
armbar from the
Burns
bottom, like
Has jujitsu. Like, don't get it twisted. Just
Stupid
because-
high level.
That's what I'm saying.
Stupid
Like,
high level.
just because he's so good at this, don't sleep on this. It's like, and it's a bad example because like Habib, but like Habib is up here, right? But like Justin Gaethje's got such good fucking wrestling. Nobody's gonna wrestle Justin Gaethje unless you're fucking Habib, right?
no, everybody's gonna try to wrestle Justin Gaethje.
Who?
Anybody with a brain stem.
isn't Justin Gaethje kind of like a throwback to Liddell? Like his wrestling is so good that he
Anti-wrestling.
has it in his back. Exactly, anti-wrestling. He's
Yeah.
got it in his back pocket, so now he can just stand up and throw hands at you.
But that's my point. Is it's just like nobody's gonna wrestle him, and if they try to, they don't really get him down. Like Dustin Poirier's got good takedown. He's got good jiu-jitsu. He couldn't get him down. And granted, that's nothing against like what Justin Gaethje is, but Justin Gaethje's wrestling is superb, and like you never see it because he doesn't care.
I'd much
Justin
rather try
Gaethje's-
my hand at wrestling Gaethje than fucking trying to stand with him. You see how that works
Listen,
out.
I'll tell you this: if I was to fight Justin Gaethje, he's probably gonna out wrestle me. He's probably gonna outstrike me.
Yeah, well, I'd rather take my chance on the
I'm
ground.
still gonna show up in my wrestling shoes.
I
Yeah,
like
that's
to
what-
think
thank
I'm
you.
tough, right? But like I think maybe Justin Gaethje might be like the one guy on the planet that's tougher than me.
If you're fighting Justin Gaethje, you should probably take a look at yourself and figure out what you did wrong to end up there. What decisions you made to end up here.
I probably would have never even signed the contract.
Yeah.
But
Which is crazy because I'm not trying to jump back down to lightweight. I'll make it quick, but Oliveira supposedly going to fight Justin Gaethje. What a shitty reward for a great performance against Tony Ferguson.
Right.
You got to fight that marauder.
okay,
Which
but
he might win.
maybe.
I think he
but
does,
also
but-
think about it. Justin Gaethje, phenomenal win over Tony Ferguson. Charles Oliveira, phenomenal win over Tony Ferguson. Is it a bad matchup? Probably.
They both won in different ways, though. So it's like,
Yeah.
what was more
Justin
impressive?
Gaethje's got that wrestling aspect of like if you get taken down, you're uncomfortable. Get up, you get on all fours, right? Like that's where you're sturdy. That's where he got caught in the Habib fight. That's where he'll probably get caught in the Oliveira fight if it gets there, right? Oliveira is also one that like maybe necessarily doesn't need to take you down. Like Oliveira's striking, like you said, is very fucking good.
But how does that stand up against like leg kicks from Gaethje? Because he didn't have any of that resistance against Tony Ferguson. Like, try standing in the pocket with a guy like Justin Gaethje.
Justin Gaethje's leg kicks are probably the most detrimental thing in his arsenal.
Dude, he's like in a Muay Thai plum and he hits guys. Like, he's touching him and he hits them with leg kicks.
Did you see what he was doing to Khabib's leg? If that would have went on for a few more rounds, dude, who knows?
Here's the thing, though, and I think maybe he learned it from this. The last thing you want to do on someone that's going to try to take you down is to be standing on one foot because you're throwing a kick. So even against Oliveira,
also the first thing you want to do as someone who's going to shoot takedowns is take their power.
Yeah, tear that.
You want to tear that.
So I mean, you're playing a risky game because here's the thing. All right, like I said, I watched the whole video.
It's gambling. It's high risk, high reward.
Here's the thing with this. Okay, 9 out of 9 times, 10 out of 10 times. The second that he gets taken down, he goes to all fours and powers back up.
Gaethje?
Yes. If he gets taken down,
I'll tell you
does that, he will lose.
I'll tell you. I will tell you
Yep.
this, okay? And it's just like I explained to you before we even watched that whole Luke Thomas thing. Khabib's power is in that dark zone outside of the center of the octagon. Khabib never takes down in the center, okay?
Yeah.
So if
against the cage,
if Oliveira can get him out there, right? That could advantage him, okay? And, like, if Gaethje gets taken down, yeah, he's probably going to do his natural wrestling thing, get on all fours. But if he keeps it in the center, if Gaethje can control the pace, Gaethje could win the fight. It's a very close fight, and I'd love to see Oliveira versus Gaethje. I also don't want to stay in this conversation.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Back to
Oliveira's jiu-jitsu is too good for Gaethje.
So we're done with welterweight, I think. Are we up to middleweight now?
We're done with welterweight.
Yeah.
And we are at middleweight. Israel Adesanya is the champ.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a tough one here, right? Because he's going up to light heavyweight to fight Jan.
So maybe an interim champ gets thrown in there, but...
Yeah, I think there's no one there. He's cleaned the division out, basically.
There's fun fights I want to see. Do I want to see
I'm going to say,
yeah.
You know what? I'll say it right now. I think at the beginning of this fucking podcast, I will be the biased asshole that just wants to see the people I want to be champ, okay? And I'll say that.
Be the biased guy. Go ahead, tell us how you think Whitaker's going to be champ.
Cannonier.
You think Cannonier?
I think Cannonier.
I think Cannonier has a good shot. I think he has as good of a chance as
Who do I want to see as champ? Whitaker.
Yeah.
Whitaker is a great champ. He's got that champ mentality. He's a tough dude. He's humble. He's everything that I love in a fighter. But let's not sleep on Darren Till.
So start from your top 10.
I don't see Darren Till getting there this year.
Maybe not this year.
Yeah.
Maybe Darren Till he's young and he's hungry, right? And those are all and he's...
It's a good draw.
What's his fucking gym? Fucking...
Darren Till?
Yeah, something with a K. Fucking... fuck.
Oh, fuck, I can't think.
If you're watching this and you're a fight fan, you fucking know. Who cares? Whatever. We don't got to tell you. You fucking know. If you don't know, now you know. Whatever. That's a Biggie Smalls quote. Fuck you. Marvin Vittori, the Italian.
Woo!
Marvin Vittori.
Him and Jack Hermanson, short list of underdog fights of the year, man. That was impressive.
For sure, yeah. Dude, and that's one of those weird cases that when Adesanya first beat Marvin Vittori, a lot of people were like, bro, like, that was a split decision. Like, people kind of talk shit on him, but, like, man, that's aged really well.
That was kind of like when...
really well.
It did. I'll say this, though. I think Adesanya's fight where he absorbed the most damage... Calvin Gastelum.
Oh, 100 hands down.
Yeah. As far as
look at the fall from grace Gastelum has had though since then. Drop 3.
True, but I feel like Gastelum's a gatekeeper.
I think he should get a goddamn diet in order and go back down to 70.
Yeah. No, listen.
Maybe.
Gastelum absolutely could be a champion.
Yes.
He certainly can. Like, dude, he nearly starched Weidman. You know what I mean?
Okay,
like,
before we get too far into it, let me get the top 15 of this.
Okay, top 15, I want to hear it.
Drew Dober, Gregor...
No, that's lightweight.
Yeah, I'm way off.
Gregor Gillespie and Drew Dober?
Yeah, I felt it when I started saying
Drew Dober?
Okay, how did I get the fuck out of here? Ian Heinisch.
Yeah, Ian Heinisch. He has a win over Kevin Holland.
Mm-hmm.
Last guy to beat Kevin Holland.
Kind of a gatekeeper.
Tough guy. Real tough guy.
Amari Akhmedov.
It's the guy that Chris just beat, Weidman.
Yeah. Edmund Shabazian, who I think you should keep an eye on.
Yeah. You know what? Good for Derek Brunson, though, because Derek Brunson gets fed the tough guys. So does Brad Tavares. A lot of guys that beat Brad Tavares beat Brunson next, and Brunson wasn't having it that night.
Yeah, right, but I still feel keep an eye on
Young
Shabazzian.
kid.
Yes, I said keep an eye on.
Maybe get out of fucking Glendale fight shit, though.
11 is Chris Weidman. He's
trash.
10, Kevin Holland.
Kevin Holland.
Dude, keep an eye on him, man.
Kevin Holland is one of my up-and-comers.
Yeah.
So real quick, what do you guys think about him and Derek Brunson? Who do you think wins that? Because that's
Kevin Holland.
See, this is again why I really hate this, because you're giving Brunson, who I think is so underrated, he's falling into that role almost willingly as being a gatekeeper.
He's fought
Like he just come off of beating Shabazzian, so he gets Kevin Holland.
all right on the way up.
So,
Yeah.
who?
What do you mean?
Who?
Who? What?
Kevin Holland or Brunson?
I'm gonna go with Kevin Holland, man.
Okay.
Listen,
Kevin
when
Holland
you
or Brunson?
fight consistently,
I think Brunson is the more crafty veteran, but I think Holland has more ways to win it. I go Holland.
Okay. So, explain yours.
All right, so I think that when you fight consistently, quick turnarounds, you don't get so far out of shape. You stay focused. You stay, pretty peaked.
You don't get that ring
peak.
rust.
Yeah, you try to peak around fight time. When you have a quick turnaround, there's not
You
much
don't
of a
gotta cut
decline.
weight, like, you gotta cut, yeah.
I think historically, you see guys who fight frequently do very well, and I think for him to turn around and go in there against a really good wrestler with really big knockout power. Like Derek Brunson, I think he just has all the answers. I think he's a better wrestler, or as good of a grappler. He's creative, dude. Who's seen that knockout?
But you still
off
think Kevin
his
Holland?
back? Yeah, yeah.
That was reminiscent of you
Against
and Dave.
Jacare.
Yeah, what?
Against Jacare.
Jacare. It was incredible. Yeah.
Okay, so that leads me to my number 9, though, which is honestly one of the fighters I love, is Uriah Hall.
Yeah.
The first heel hook you've ever seen in a UFC competition,
Yeah.
right?
That was a guy who got fed too soon. Because you remember before he fought Kelvin Gastelum, who upset him on The Ultimate Fighter, they were talking about him fighting Anderson Silva at the time.
Yeah. They were saying that he could fight for the title right now.
That's an example. He's like a Sage Northcutt type of thing, like too much too soon.
Yeah. Just maybe a little overhyped, a little too early. And it's not for no reason. Like, he certainly has all the talent in the world that he could beat Anderson Silva or anybody. Because he's so talented. But again, with him, I think there's a mental block. There's something going on with him where he just...
I think his style kind of the game has passed him up a little bit.
Uriah Hall?
Yeah. Really? He's got really good striking, but it's just like him on the ground against even like if he fought Marvin Vettori, who do you think wins that?
Dude, all right, that's just with him. It's so hard because at any point you could be sleeping. I think Vettori, but like you certainly got to give Uriah Hall a chance. Like
who's the most elite guy he's knocked out?
I got Anderson Silva. I mean,
44-year-old Anderson Silva.
I don't know. Like, the problem with Uriah Hall is how many fights have you seen with him and you're just, like, watching him watch his opponent?
But yeah.
Because he just doesn't pull the trigger.
Hey, but Uriah Hall is a savage. And he's a gatekeeper, okay?
He is.
And he's also number 9. So, number 8 would be Kelvin Gastelum, who is a gatekeeper in himself.
I think that's the wrong weight class.
Number 7, Derek Brunson.
Okay.
Number 6, Jack Hermanson.
Dude, that's a tough motherfucker.
Was he injured in that? He got injured at some point in that
Vettori fight.
Yeah, that was a great fight though.
Killer in his own though, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Came out of nowhere this past 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Marvin Vettori, Darren Till, Jared Cannonier,
who fought with a broken arm against Whitaker.
Paulo Costa, Robert Whitaker, number 1. And let me tell you, Robert Whitaker is one of my favorite fighters currently. But I don't know, man. Jared Cannonier, I see shit happening, man.
I think he's a guy who made the transition late in his career. Like guy came down from heavyweight, finally found his division, found his camp. Like,
I'm saying
he fought a world beater in Whitaker. So
yes. I'm saying you're a fucking savage when you take that type of beating for 2 rounds against a guy like Whitaker.
Yeah.
Eat a head kick from
with a broken arm.
Whitaker, probably one of the biggest hearts in that division.
Yeah, but to eat a head kick from Whitaker that's put lesser fighters out, and then with a broken arm, nearly stopped Whitaker in the last round.
Oh yeah, what a late rally by him.
Came back with a broken arm and just an ass whooping on him, and came back to really put it on. Like that's
so
impressive.
Back at the matter at hand, Adesanya will probably only defend the belt maybe once because he's going to fight Jan.
Yeah.
If he defends it once, then yeah, he'll probably still be champ at the end.
But
of
who
the
does he
season.
fight for that? Probably
Whitaker is the
No,
only
'cause they
guy
already-
that's like has a real like other than Marvin Vittori. Those are your two guys.
Well, what do you do? Do you do Whitaker Vittori? That seems like a jump for Vittori.
Yeah, I think you're eliminating one of your challengers there.
Does it though? Because Gilbert Burns was ranked number 8 and jumped to number 1. So you can't really go off.
And it was with the
rankings.
win over Damian Maya.
No,
Yeah.
it was with the
He
win over
slept on.
Tyron Woodley.
You beat a former champion.
Was he ranked that low
He
in
was
the division
8 when he
him?
fought Tyron Woodley. Jumped up 8.
Wow.
It was 2 huge wins back to back in dramatic fashion.
That jump confused me as a fan. I was like, how? But whatever, it is what it is.
When did the rankings ever make sense?
Exactly.
Bro, I'm saying if you're looking at that welterweight division, you tell me who's better than
Burns.
I said
Burns,
Gilbert
yeah.
Burns was going to be champ.
Yeah, I'm saying like
So,
if you're looking
like,
at it like you got to
Look,
tell me who do you
I'm
think
not
better.
taking nothing away from him.
Yeah.
Gilbert Burns is Gilbert Burns, his brother.
Herbert Burns.
Herbert Burns.
It sucks to suck, I guess.
I could
but-
be wrong. I can't Google it because my phone's doing it. I think Gilbert Burns' last loss when he was at lightweight was against Dan Hooker.
Yeah.
Dan Hooker's a savage too.
Yeah.
What a guy!
Alright, so-
Can you
so-
believe that guy?
Also, Dan
Middleweight.
Hooker
Middleweight.
lost to Dustin Poirier.
Whoop, whoop.
Whoop, whoop.
Middleweight.
Anyway.
Lafayette.
Okay, yeah, that's right. El Diamante. It doesn't matter because we're moving on to light heavyweight.
I think it's a fun division with Jones vacating.
I think he loses.
I think. Can I say this?
I think we get a champ
I
this year.
think Jones vacating light heavyweight makes light heavyweight better, makes heavyweight better.
You know who I think your dark horse of that
I think
division
it's
is?
nice to see him fighting at heavyweight.
I think it opens up both divisions phenomenally.
Who's the dark horse?
Who is the guy from the Czech Republic, Procházka?
Yeah. That
I thought he looked great against Volkov. Or
Yeah.
Volkan Ozdemir, I'm sorry.
he's the he was a champion
And Ryzen.
Yeah.
Are you talking about heavyweight?
No, light heavyweight.
No, light heavyweight.
Yuri Procházka, I think his name is. He's from the Czech Republic.
Yeah, I believe he just got knocked out.
No, he just knocked out Volkan Ozdemir.
He's number 5.
Oh, he
He's
knocked out
ranked number
Uzdemir?
5.
And then you
Yeah.
also got Alexander Rakic. who
Yeah,
looked fucking great.
oh my goodness, he's looking amazing.
Rakic looks fucking good.
You got
I'll
old
say
man
it.
Glover Teixeira.
Yeah,
on a
Glover
4-fight
Teixeira
win
coming
streak.
out of nowhere.
Let me
And
give-
listen,
let me
don't
give the
sleep
top
on
15.
Thiago Santos, man.
Yeah, true. But let me give...
Real quick, if
Thiago
Thiago
Santos didn't break his fucking or tear his ACL,
Everything.
and MCL,
Everything.
dude,
And PCL and meniscus and fracture his leg.
John Jones would have had a different fucking story to preach. But
are you doing 15 or
I'm
10?
gonna do 15. 'cause
If
that's what
Shogun,
I'm
who
doing.
was in the top 15, I'll shit my pants.
He is. I'm sure he is.
Jamal Hill,
He just got scheduled to fight Paul Craig today.
Paul
yeah.
Craig, Ryan Spann,
Okay.
Jim Crute,
Jimmy
Crute.
Crute.
Yeah, Jimmy Crute.
Magomed Ankalaev,
Ankalaev, that's the guy
Yeah.
who just knocked out Kutelaba.
Which is a big one.
Misha
Serkinov.
Yeah.
Serkinov,
Kind of shits the bed when it counts.
Johnny Walker. Who thought he would have been in the top 10?
What a fall
I
from
would
grace he
have.
had.
I would have.
Nikita Krylov,
Krylov, yeah.
Volkan Ozdemir,
No time.
Anthony Lionheart Smith, number 6.
Guy refuses to go away.
Yuri,
Yuri Procházka.
that's your boy. He's number 5. Oh, okay. Here's the guy that I'm really watching in this division, and it's Alexander Rakic.
Dude, he
Yeah.
looked great against Anthony Smith.
Dude,
Didn't he?
that kid,
Oh, man.
Built like a brick shithouse for that division.
yeah. It's a shit brick house, but yeah.
Yeah. I like
yeah,
mine
no,
better.
I'm with you, dude. I like yours better too, dude. That kid, watch him. He's number 4. Dude.
I was today years old when I found out that wasn't the same.
Wait, what is it?
I said brick shithouse.
It's
not
a
a
shit
brick-
house.
I thought it was a brick shit house.
No, it's a shit brick house. You're built like a shit brick house.
If you're
What
listening to
houses
this,
are made
leave
out
a
of
comment
shit?
on if it's
What
shit
kind of
brick or
houses
brick
are,
shit.
What brick houses are made out of shit?
What kind of-
Nothing. What shit houses are made out of brick? Plenty. It's a shit brick house, dude. Anyway, it doesn't matter because guess what? Dominic Reyes is coming in at number 3. Our boy
Yeah.
Thiago Santos,
Yeah.
strong number 2. And then number 1,
Glover
who
Teixeira.
the fucking thunk it?
Glover
Glover
fucking-
fucking Teixeira, dude.
Dude, he is. Listen, that man is father
And I'll
fucking
say this,
time,
I'll
and
say
that
this.
ground game is no joke, man. Like,
It is, and I'll say this, dude. Jan Blokowicz,
Polish power.
My Polish fucking people are preaching, baby. Like,
he's the heir to Joanna's throne.
dude, you gotta
Listen.
Are you Polish?
No, maybe
Then your
not.
opinion doesn't matter. Poland. All
All right, we got a fucking race war brewing here, but listen,
I don't know why you gotta bring it like that.
I'm just
You know
gonna,
what we do? Because
I'm gonna
Poland's been on
point
the
out.
wrong side of the race war.
I'm gonna point out that this
Yeah,
man
we lost to the
himself-
Germans, you bitch. They invaded Warsaw. Fuck you.
Time out.
Give me a beer.
Because this
Are
man
you saying
himself.
you
no,
rooted for Germany?
no, this man himself
You
said.
rooted for Adolf Hitler?
This man himself
They
said,
invaded Warsaw?
I have 2 years tops left. That was last year. By his own admission, this is it for him.
How many times has he fought?
Wait, who said this? Glover or Young?
Jan said I got about
How
2
many ti-
years left.
how many
He said
times
that-
has he fought?
He said that last year.
How many times did he fight?
I don't know. I don't keep.
It's COVID, baby. You gotta fucking take that into account.
It doesn't matter. He's 36. He's 36.
36 isn't that old.
Those older
It is in
divisions-
MMA.
Those
Not
older
really.
divisions age a little bit better.
Dude, you gotta think, right? Conor McGregor, Dustin Poirier.
I'm going off of what this man said.
Right, but listen,
And-
dude,
and
you
I'm
got
gonna
these
be-
guys who are in their early 30s, and they're just touching their prime.
I'm going to be real too, because I'll put money on this one too. I think he loses. I don't just think he loses. I think Adesanya knocks him out. I think we get a champ this year.
Adesanya knocks it on Blockwood's out.
Yeah.
How much bigger is the fight?
He is
Bold statement, Cotton.
gigantic and slow.
Hey, if that ages well,
It's going to. He's,
remember that.
How
He
much
is-
bigger
yeah.
is the fight if Adesanya is champ and Jones wins the heavyweight belt and you have 3 belts on a fucking in one title
the first
fight?
triple champ.
that would be amazing.
Yeah.
It's what Conor McGregor spent his whole life trying to be.
And what he could.
And
what he
John
probably
Jones
could do, honestly.
could very well take that from him.
So who do you think is the most?
Ooh, I'll hate John Jones even more.
But John Jones can't fight at middleweight.
Listen,
like, yeah,
hey,
you beat the
listen,
middleweight champion
listen,
doesn't make you the middleweight
Listen,
champ.
I'll
Like,
take you this, okay? Who do I hate?
John Jones?
John Jones.
I hate John Jones.
I mean John Jones.
No,
John
no,
Jones.
I take that back. I didn't say that. Israel Adesanya. That's who I hate.
I love
dude.
Izzy. I think Izzy is
Izzy
what
is
the UFC needs.
If I could think of a cunt bag, it'd be like pussy tea that I'm dipping in my hot water.
I just
like,
don't understand what you don't like about him. He's incredibly
everything.
talented.
Everything.
He is phenomenal of a fighter.
He is.
He is
okay?
a great champion. He speaks well. He's very exciting. He comes out in those old Pride styles, dancing his way to the fucking
I'll say
octagon.
this. Okay, what is it? What's his camp?
City Kickboxing.
City
Yeah.
Kickboxing. Okay, City Kickboxing is phenomenal,
Mm-hmm.
and these guys are savages. And dude, they produce, right?
Yep.
And kudos to New Zealand or Australia, wherever the fuck they're from. I don't know. He talks shit on fucking Whitaker for being from here, and he's from
whatever.
here and whatever.
He's promoting the fight.
Neither of them are fucking native. Fuck you guys both, right?
He's promoting the fight.
Yeah, whatever. Go Whitaker. I'm disappointed. I'm still salty about that fight.
Is that why you don't like him? Because he knocked out Whitaker
Maybe.
and then danced?
Fuck him. Fuck Israel Adesanya.
I don't
I
understand
hope
why
one
there's
day,
so much
I
malice.
hope one day we're big enough to get Israel Adesanya on this podcast so I could just be like, I think you're a fucking clown.
Wow. But you're a Conor McGregor fan.
I want Dustin Poirier to win, but yeah, I am a
You're a Conor McGregor fan, but you're going to call Izzy the clown.
Yeah.
All right.
I stand by what I believe, and I
No,
think
that's cool, man. I just can't
I
wait
do
for
have
people
to
to
say,
hear
because we
this.
talked about it earlier, how kickboxing does not get its fair shake in the Western world. I think in kind of a way he brings a little bit of shine to the world of kickboxing. 'Cause
right.
here's the
But
greatest-
what's he doing? Is he African or Nigerian? Is he
He's
New Zealand or Australian?
He's both.
What the fuck is he?
Are you
right?
American or Polish?
Well,
Like,
right.
He's both.
I'm
both.
I'm American.
Yeah.
I was born in America.
Of Polish descent.
Of Polish and Irish descent.
Yeah.
But okay, like what if I were to be on the UFC, right? Like what am I fighting for? What am I fighting from? America through and through, right? Like, and granted, I was born here and I train here, but right, like. What are you owning, right? Like, are you
Well,
are you Nigerian or are
He's
you
both.
It's similar to like a guy like Hamzat.
broken native? Fuck that. That's
I think
dead.
that's such a cool tattoo. It's
Yeah.
dude. I think it's
I love
You
simple.
also have a pizza shaped like a heart. So
It's kind of dope. It's one of the first things that
It's
stands out on you.
it's a little piece in my heart.
All right. Anyway, so let's get off of light heavyweight because Jake's like.
I'll let the people decide that. Listen, I just hate Israel Adesanya, and that's my opinion. If you like him, cool, whatever.
Can you not appreciate the brilliance in his striking
My brother,
style?
no, listen, phenomenal kickboxer, dude. Like he's an absolute animal in the striking range. He's good. His takedown defense is good, but that's what city kickboxing is good at. They're good at keeping that fucking takedown defense. They're good at fucking kickboxing.
They're ahead of the game on feints too.
Yeah,
Yep.
dude. Israel Adesanya is a good fighter, and don't get it twisted. I'm not saying he's a bad fighter. I think he's very good. Do I like him? No. No, I fucking don't. I didn't like Chael Sonnen. I did like Conor McGregor. I know that's confusing. It's like, why are you a fan of this and not that? Whatever. Maybe it's because Conor was Irish and I'm just speaking for my people. Whatever.
Oh, but on a side note, real quick, how you're like, what does he represent? Like, I think his family left Nigeria because of the lack of opportunity, but it's a similar thing to like Chimaev, who represents Chechnya, but he had to move to Sweden because of the climate of the fucking region he's from.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe if we train, we'll have to move out of America without the fuck.
No, if we do it, we're gonna do it from Youngstown.
I'll always rep Youngstown, baby. Born and raised.
Murder City, Muay Thai.
Murder City, bitch.
Anyway, heavyweight.
Heavyweight, I think.
No one. All right. Well, time out. There's only one person I think could take the belt
time
from
out.
fucking Stipe.
Jan Blachowicz will not be champ at the end of the year.
Yeah, I think we all agree
I
with
think
that.
we all agree.
I think
He's got a tough task, even if he does a rematch with Santos.
if the fights
Yeah.
happen, which they probably won't in the way that I see them happening because the heavyweight division is just kind of not. Who knows? John Jones could throw a whole fucking spoke.
One would fight. I would like to see.
I
heavyweight.
think Alexander Rakic is going to be the champ, right? Maybe Thiago Santos, but if him and Jones fight, wait, that's light heavyweight.
So all right. So what I think is going to happen?
Yeah, so we're still talking about light heavyweight.
So I think.
I'd like to see Izzy and Santos. I think that'd be fun.
I don't think it happens. I think Izzy beats
Blachowicz.
Jan, and I think the first thing that happens is they go, all right, here you go. Here's Glover Teixeira, and he says, "Fuck that, back to middleweight." And then we have a vacant title where it could.
And then
be
you got
between-
Thiago Santos versus
Rakic, maybe.
no what?
Or- oh, Thiago.
Oh, maybe. But
Yeah.
I was thinking Thiago Santos versus
Teixeira too.
He just
no.
lost. to
What
Teixeira.
if Teixeira goes to middleweight?
No. If Izzy goes to middleweight, I think Izzy
Izzy
wins
goes
and then
back.
vacates. I think he wins then vacates.
Teixeira's not a money fight.
Yeah, Teixeira's next.
He's a hard out, and
I never
Yeah.
said Teixeira, dude.
I'm saying Teixeira's next though. So whoever wins,
is, but-
whether it's Jan or Izzy, they
Right.
got to fight Teixeira next. And
I think
that if-
Thiago Santos has a run, and I think Rakic has a run.
Yeah.
Right. So
a
like,
fight I would love to see. By
Yeah.
the way, those two.
yeah, those two, winner of that goes for the title.
Do it.
Phenomenal. If those two fights happen in this year, that's what I see. I could see Rakic having that, or Thiago Santos. I mean, they're both solid. That's my opinion.
I'm gonna say the only person that has even a chance at beating Stipe is Ngannou, and I'm gonna ride that to the fucking bank. And honestly, dude, he has a puncher's chance, but
So we're at heavyweight.
yeah, I'm gonna
Okay.
say
Can I
Stipe
read the top 15?
stays, man. Like,
Can I read the top 15?
yeah, go for it.
it's an older
Marcin
division.
Tibura.
He looked.
Yeah.
Oh, he just beat
Four
Greg Hardy.
straight. this
Greg
year.
Hardy, look, I hate that guy with a
He
burning
looks-
passion.
Sergey Pavlovich.
That's the guy who he lost to.
A lot of fucking hard names. to
Overeem a
pronounce.
couple fights ago.
Yeah.
Blagoy.
Blagoy Ivanov.
Yeah,
Yeah.
even up. Walt Harris.
Walt the
Big
Big
ticket.
Harris.
Big ticket.
Listen, I love Walt Harris,
Yeah.
especially with what happened to his daughter.
I got a little girl too. It breaks my heart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love Walt Harris. I'm
Yeah.
recording.
Always too.
Everybody's gonna ride with him. Everybody's gonna
Junior
ride
Dos Santos. on his way
dude,
out.
Dude, I'm surprised
Talk-
he's still employed.
Talk about
Yeah.
CTE, what we were talking about earlier.
Yeah,
Ooh,
definitely. Banging some bangers with some the heaviest of the heavy.
Knocked
Dude, that
out
trilogy
three
with,
or four times
with
in a row.
Kane. That trilogy with Kane
Trilogy
right
with
there.
Kane, the back-to-back with fucking Steve
Yeah.
in some wars. And
At least
Dos
Santa was
Santos,
merciful in that second fight.
Dos
knocked him
Santos
out.
was one of my favorite fighters, dude. One of the best heavyweight boxers, I think, to
Fast.
grace that
Fast.
weight class. But Oleski Olenek,
Yeah.
That's a guy who's
Very
always
good.
kind of in that
Yeah.
mix.
very good, right?
Yeah, great jiu-jitsu.
Augusto Saki.
He just lost Overeem.
Did he? Yeah, well, he might have.
I don't know why do I feel like
Because,
Overeem's beating a lot of people right now.
Here goes your number 6, who I think is also a very good
Surreal
fighter.
gone.
No.
Yo,
Alexander Volkov.
Always a tough out.
Yeah, big guy.
Alistair Overeem. Oh, shit. Dude, I fucked up. I skipped a bunch, dude. Yeah.
Surreal Gone.
Shamil Abdurrahmanov or whatever.
Shamil, whatever the fuck his name is. Then Surreal Gone. And listen, I'll tell you this. Surreal Gone's last performance really fucking impressed me.
Yeah.
Muay Thai world champion.
Really impressed me.
Fucking.
That dude's striking is just...
Moves like a middleweight.
Dude, he's a sparring partner
of
Ngannou. Dude. How crazy is that? Those two are going to war? Like, how do you not get better?
Insane with how good Surreal Gone is.
Dude, keep an eye... Listen, anybody listening, keep an eye on Surreal Gone. That guy is the next big threat to the heavyweight title.
No, agreed. And he's ranked number 6, so he's on his way up there.
I bet they give him Overeem next, and he pushes Overeem out of the UFC.
Overeem or whoever wins the Lewis fucking...
Blades fight. Ooh, Curtis Blades.
Yeah, they love to sacrifice
listen,
Overeem.
I'll put that on right now, live. Surreal Gone versus the fight or the winner of
Lewis
Blades.
Dude, and Blades is
Which, how much fun would it be if Lewis is the winner?
Oh my god.
Slugfest.
Oh, man.
We're going to get there because he's on the list. Alexander Volkov is number 6. Alistair Overeem, number 5, who, in my opinion, on his way out.
Yeah, been on his way out.
He's kind of a gatekeeper, but like...
I feel like when he needs it the most, he wins just enough to keep his...
He kickboxed fucking Hari twice. Knocked Badr Hari out, then Badr Hari knocked him the fuck out. Alistair Overeem has probably taken some of the most brutal knockouts in combat sports.
He has, on paper, the highest striking credentials. A K1 world champion.
Number
and
4.
when he needs it.
Number 4. My balls is hot. My boy.
Derek
Lewis. Right?
The Black Beast.
The
man.
Black fucking Beast.
He made that name to make white commentators uncomfortable.
Number 3, not going to pronounce his name because I don't want to butcher it, but Rosenstruik.
Jairzinho Rosenstruik.
Number 2.
Curtis Blades.
Dude,
number 2. No
dude,
shit.
you know what's crazy, and people don't get it, especially because he's a wrestler, but he has like a 90% finish rate.
Curtis Blades is nasty.
Curtis Blades has finished
all but
one of his UFC fights. All but one of them.
Number 1.
Francis Ngannou.
Yeah.
Fair.
And then the champ, our boy, Ohio
Stipe.
born and raised, Stipe Miocic.
Yeah.
As Joey Diaz said,
Immigrant
mentality.
He goes, I'm steep.
So, I will say, for the heavyweight division,
Does Stipe
our boy
maintain?
Stipe maintains the title.
I'm saying the way he looked in that trilogy, not just the trilogy, but particularly that last fight against DC.
And I thought that was a
so
KO.
impressive.
I thought he KO'd him again, but dude, the fact that it went to decision, dude, if Stipe could do what he does Ngannou in the first fight, but just how he strikes in the second and follows a game plan, Stipe all day.
Yeah. I mean, dude, people don't like him for some reason. People like to talk shit on DC. But DC
I love DC.
Dude, he is so good. In that heavyweight, there's no... Dude,
only guy to
hang with him, man.
Only guy to beat him in heavyweight is Stipe, who was the argument for your GOAT.
Yeah. I mean, and that's just what... It impressed me so much. And I think at this point, like... I don't think anybody other than Ngannou, because he has that ridiculous knockout power, is a real threat for him.
My only thing is Stipe, even if he gets past Ngannou again, for the first time, because heavyweight ages a little bit differently, you're seeing this young turnover. You got guys like Surreal Gone and Curtis Blades who are in their early 30s who are coming up, and like they're going to be there for a while, and they look fucking good now.
Yeah. I'll say this, okay? In that heavyweight division... Let's say Stipe loses to Ngannou in the rematch. Let's just hypothetically say that. Let's throw this out there, okay? So he loses because let's face it, Ngannou's dangerous. No matter what he throws, it's dangerous. He can catch you. We found out that with Rosenstruik, right? Right.
Oh, man.
Like, dude,
not all men are created equally.
Yeah,
he
right.
has the touch of
Ryan
death.
Garcia was
Rumor
throwing body
has
shots
it
at this guy.
Rosenstruik is still on that canvas somewhere.
Dude, probably fucking bleed, right? But he landed like 2 out of 6 strikes in that combination.
And they look like dog shit. Throwing from the hips.
Exactly, they did. And that's my point. If Ngannou could fucking get his striking on point, one of the most lethal men on the planet, if not the most. But if Stipe can do what he did to him in the first, okay, and let's say Ngannou gets that knockout in the second fight, he gets the belt, whatever.
Do you do an instant trilogy?
Instant. Has to be, right? And then Stipe comes back, dude. Has Stipe ever lost?
2 in a row? I don't think so.
No, because I think he only has 2 losses.
Exactly.
DC
The most dominant heavyweight champ.
DC and Stefan Struve. What a weird fucking loss to have.
No, he also lost the first fight to
JDS.
Yeah, JDS. So he has 3 losses in his entire career.
Right. Okay, but it
and he avenged 2 of them.
Yes. Yeah. And it takes you back to Dustin Connor, right? Like, neither of them have lost a rematch. Okay? I don't think Dustin's
never lost 2 in a row.
Never, right? And in his not welterweight
career. It's
lightweight
career,
he's gone 10-2?
10-1-1.
Yeah, because he had that no contest to Alvarez, who he was beating.
He
got his rematch.
Him with an illegal knee. Yeah, and then he fucked him up. So 10-1-1, right? And he's never lost a rematch. It makes it super intriguing and whatever. This is the heavyweight. But if Stipe's never lost a rematch, if he's never lost back-to-back, I
like the layoff that he has, because I think problem with him in the first DC fight was he just took a goddamn car accident worth of damage from Ngannou and then turns around and fights Stipe. Or DC, rather.
Yeah, okay, but then he also gets caught in a weird predicament. And if you see in the second fight, he starts rolling with that after the clinch. Yeah. And then in the third fight, he's got wrist control a lot.
Yeah.
Right? So, Stipe evolved
is a very
phenomenally
smart fighter.
Yes. A
very smart fighter.
Stronghold, you got Jessica I, and she got kicked into 3 years from now.
He's sent to the land of
from Shevchenko.
We're still waiting for her to land.
Yeah, dude, but Stronghold, dude, it's Cleveland. Cleveland's a tough city. And maybe we're saying that because we're from Ohio, Chris. I know you're a fucking Pittsburgh fan. But Cleveland's tough, dude. You know what I mean? We're a tough city. We might not be the city of champs, but we're tough. And you know what we got? Stipe.
You guys got one thing to be proud of that no one's going to talk shit on.
You want to know why especially fuck Reebok? Is because you remember when Stipe used to wear the Croatian shorts like Mirko Krokop?
And they wouldn't let him do it anymore.
Here's the funny thing. If you drive down 224, or if you go to Calla Road and you go down into Bessemer, you know what there is there?
Huh.
A Croatian, society.
Oh, when we were just in Pittsburgh, they had a bunch of Croatian shit.
Yeah, right by Ohio Street, dude. So, Croatian's big in this part of town, right?
I didn't realize that.
No, yeah, West or Eastern Ohio, Western Pennsylvania, maybe a big Croatian population. But Stipe Miocic, or how does Joey Diaz say it? Stipe Miocic. You know what I'm saying? The fucking that immigrant mentality. You know what I mean?
Stiopic. That's what he says.
Yeah, dude. Kalabib. Yeah, dude. Fucking.
I don't know. So I'm trying to remember what you said because I disagreed with it. But
before we go through it, okay. Let's say it. Flyweight. We all agree. Davison Figueiredo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right.
Maintains.
Peter Yan, bantamweight.
We disagree.
Disagree.
I'm going to say Aljo.
I say he keeps it.
You say he keeps it?
I'm
gonna say Aljamain Sterling. Okay. I'm gonna agree.
Fair.
Featherweight. Max Holloway.
Yeah, I think he would.
What? Yeah.
I don't think Max gets a
maybe
I don't
not
think
Max
gets a title shot.
Maybe not Max, but I think that Volk drops it at some point.
I'll tell you this: Max Holloway's number 1, right? So if he beats Cater, who's number 6, it's got to be an instant rematch. Because if Ortega's versing who?
He's the next title fight. He's going to fight Volk.
Okay, so let's say Ortega wins. Holloway wins.
Your top 6, including the champ, are all booked up.
That's if you think that the UFC will give him 2 opportunities in 3 fights to win back a title that he previously lost.
So right, but one is against Ortega, which would be the second fight of them. Dude, that's a fucking fight.
I mean, it is, but I just think that there's too many other people in there that will jump him in line to get that title shot.
Listen, that's just my opinion. I'm going to say Max Holloway.
I think they want him as a champion because he's the more marketable guy. He's the biggest star in that division.
Dude, for sure. But
he's the new BJ Penn, dude.
Good luck trying to explain.
Oh my God, he's the heir to that throne.
Yeah,
good luck trying to explain to Yair Rodriguez and Zabit and everybody else who has that next step in line. Hey, we're going to give this guy another
is number
title
4
shot.
and Zabit is number 3. So, Ortega and Holloway are above him.
I'm saying if they give Holloway another title shot again after only one win, I'm gonna say they might as well just make a belt and give it to him and just say you don't even got to defend it. You're champion forever.
You totally supported Gilbert Burns going from 8-1.
That's a huge difference. He didn't lose the title.
Wow.
He didn't lose the title. Go back to fight for the title, lose that again, and then win one fight and then get a title shot again.
Dude, Chris, Max Holloway won that second belt. Everybody fucking knows he won that second
I agree that he won that fight, but how can the UFC openly justify him fighting for a title after
justifies
only one
anything,
loss?
dude? It's like if Dustin Poirier loses, Conor McGregor goes for a belt. If Dustin Poirier wins, does he?
No, I mean it's
because it's the fucking UFC, man. Like it's all about money with them. But my point is
for sure. But like I said, at that point, it's
Max
like just
Holloway,
give him a belt. Just
Max
give him,
Holloway.
Just make one.
Okay, let me read my top 5 to you, and as a casual, tell me names you know. As a casual, don't tell me what you know as the in-depth fighter and the follower you are. Tell me it as a casual. Chon Sung Jun.
I don't know. Maybe
You don't know.
No,
you don't know who that
not.
is. Yair Rodriguez. Oh, the guy who got knocked out by the guy that I just mentioned, but you don't know either? Okay.
I don't know.
Zabit
No.
Magomed whatever the fuck his name is.
Man, how you want
He
me to
sounds
look
like
at
Habib. He might be
No,
something.
how are you going to ask me to look at it from a casual standpoint when I don't know what people know?
That's my point.
I don't,
Dude, if you're looking at it as a casual, what are your names? Max fucking Holloway, maybe Ortega. He took 2 years off and then he beat fucking Korean Zombie. Like, dude, Max Holloway will get a title shot. I guarantee
He picked up the pieces of, because Jose Aldo was the long-standing pillar of featherweight, and then McGregor kind of brought that division to a standstill.
And then Holloway smoked him
Holloway
twice.
went on a 13-fight win streak.
Yes.
it was incredible.
Holloway is probably the best featherweight we've ever fucking seen.
I'm saying, how do you give somebody who goes 1-4 in his last 5 fights a title shot and say this makes sense? I mean, yeah, maybe, but
How do you give a guy who was number 8, beats Tyron Woodley, who's had dog shit fights for the last 2 years, number 1 position?
Why does that bother you so much?
Because my problem is...
Because he went from 8-1. He jumped 7 fucking spaces.
So here's why I'm less mad about that than the fact that Tyron Woodley was number 3 when he fought him. Because Tyron Woodley had lost like 2 in a row before the Gilbert Burns fight.
He pretty much lost the first fucking Wonder Boy fight.
Yeah, so like the ranking should be based on title contention. Who is the next?
If that's the case, then I just don't think that Holloway should be ranked where he's ranked.
We don't work for the UFC. We're not thinking of this as a strategic ploy for the UFC to make money. We're talking about our views on what we think should happen, right? And I think Max Holloway, if he wins this fight against Cater, will get or should get.
I don't think should at all. I don't think you go 1-4.
You're fucking crazy.
1-4?
Okay.
If he
So
wins?
do you think Volkanovski keeps the belt?
No.
Then who do you think gets it?
Honestly, I think Ortega beats him for it, and even if Ortega does win,
Who do you think
ahead
at the end of the year gets the belt?
It depends on if
I'm
Ortega wins and he fights again, they'll probably make Holloway Ortega too, and Holloway wins that again.
If they can pull that off, that makes sense.
Okay, so you
But
think
that's a lot of what is.
So you think Holloway gets the belt at the end of the year?
Under those circumstances.
No. 2 years from now, maybe that would happen, but no, not right now.
So who do you think gets the belt at the end of the year?
I'm just gonna say Ortega because I don't think he fights again this year.
Yeah, that sounds like some gay shit Ortega would do. But I'm gonna say Max Holloway. Zach?
I think I agree with Chris that I think Ortega could probably beat Volk, but it's how quick can they do the turnaround in this calendar year to do Holloway Ortega too? Because
this is just a wrap up. Yeah, I'm just trying to wrap this up.
Yeah, because it's getting real late.
Yeah. Who do you think gets the belt?
Holloway.
Okay.
This year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's January.
All right.
Yeah, lightweight. I'm gonna say
either Poirier or Oliveira.
I'm gonna say Dustin
Oliveira.
Poirier.
I'm gonna go Oliveira. It's hard to tell for that division. It's hard to tell.
But the way that Oliveira and Poirier like to fight, if it leads up to it, that could be a fight, and it could go either way. Welterweight. I'm gonna say Gilbert Burns.
Gilbert Burns, yeah.
So I'm gonna stick with Usman.
You're real good.
I think he's gonna be. This is his boring era of like when Dana hated GSP. This is gonna be his.
Yeah,
reign.
well, we all hate Usman. A little less than we hate Covington.
I was not
but-
impressed by your performance.
Middleweight.
Izzy.
Adesanya, yeah. Izzy.
Jared Kennedy.
Really?
Going with it. I'm
Do
sticking.
you think he's going to get a title shot this year, though?
I think I'm just sticking with my
One
guy.
really good win? Yeah, why the fuck not?
Yeah.
He's coming off a loss to Whitaker. I think Whitaker's ahead of him in line. I think it's easier to make a rematch with Whitaker and Izzy than it is to try to justify.
Yeah, there's some regional, like you do that in Australia.
Yeah, you could definitely run that back.
Okay. Yeah, and definitely I would love to see my boy Robert Whitaker with that belt around his waist. I just think Jared Cannonier's a killer. But
he needs a big win. He needs to like beat Marvin Vettori.
Yeah.
For him to
Which
get
is
it.
a tough win.
Yeah. But if he does, then you could justify it.
Yeah.
You know, and he got a good shot.
That's just me throwing some shit in the dark. Right?
Real quick, just to wrap that up, Marvin Vettori called it out, which I think is a good fight for him and Paulo Costa.
I would love to see that. Costa does not want that problem.
No, he doesn't. And
Costa does
I
not
agree
want
with
those
you on that.
problems.
No. Paulo Costa, not great.
Yeah.
I kind of thought that
Overhyped,
Yoel
overrated.
Romero won that fight.
Yeah. Maybe I
Yeah.
love Yoel though, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it could be.
I've been saying that since day one. I was like, I thought Romero won that fight.
Okay, light heavyweight. We're going there. I'm gonna say it could be Thiago Santos if everything plays out correctly. Alexander Rakic.
I think Izzy wins it this year, but I don't think he ends the year as the light heavyweight champion. I think he vacates it before.
Yeah, I think he leaves it in limbo, so I don't think he loses it, but I still don't think that Jan will be the champion. So
It's crazy that you think he's gonna be. I don't know, man.
he's too slow, dude. He's a big.
He's slow, but how does Izzy transfer over there? I get what you guys are saying.
If Jan gets a hold of him, I think that we have an issue there. But
but you got to
cross that.
Yeah,
no
there's a danger there.
Izzy has proved himself at middleweight, right?
Yeah,
but
not a big middleweight either.
No. But I would like to see. I mean, Jan, dude. I don't know. He's a killer.
What a very late business
I do think that the
Yeah.
light heavyweight will not end with Blachowicz, right?
Yeah.
Like I think Santos or Rakic
he's a feel-good story.
will get it. Okay. And
Heavyweight.
That division finally has some turnover.
I'm gonna stick with my boy, my ride or die, my Stipe Miocic. If he loses it to Ngannou, instant rematch, the trilogy, he gets it back.
Yeah.
Because the way that he just did with with DC, yeah. I don't really got to explain
all those points.
Stipe.
I agree with
So
all that.
So let's just say hypothetically, if Ngannou wins and they have to do a trilogy fight, is that the biggest trilogy in heavyweight history?
Yes. 100%.
It's got the most stakes.
Well,
I think.
yeah. What
Yeah,
you got the most dominant heavyweight champion versus the
most
this guy
feared
hits
fighter
like a
ever.
compact truck or a compact car. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you slip up, you're fucked, right? So
You gotta mind your P's and Q's.
yeah,
All right. Well,
All right.
and that's what happens when you listen to
the
tail
first
of
the first
the
segment
first tail of the
of
fucking tape, dude.
Well done,
We'll get
gentlemen.
more
Well
professional.
done. Yeah, no, we're not because we're not professionals.
Yeah, you know it, but we won't.